It's 12 p.m. Eastern. It's 11 a.m. Pacific. No, RJ, help.
Central.
Central. Central.
Central time, baby.
Okay. So welcome to the show, and you're watching Stephen and RJ as we talk about messenger bots. Now, you were at a conference last week.
I was at the Let's Talk Impact conference with Jane Powers. Uh, it was incredible, Stephen. I met so many people. I learned so much. The conference was focused on helping you be a better speaker. And it was amazing. I learned a lot, and I made a speech there. I did a half-hour long spot, and Jane, kind of helped me out. I was a little nervous about it. She helped me out and interviewed me, and we blew the roof off it. We did. Phoenix has called. They want their roof back. I don't feel like giving it to them. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was incredible. If you've ever wanted to learn how to really make an impact with your words, whether that's a live stream, and I know that a lot of us do that, or whether that's, going out in physical spaces and talking to people, no matter what. I mean, if you've ever wanted to make more of an impact with your words, Jane Powers is the lady to see. I think she's having another one in about 6 months here, and I will be there because it was amazing. It was the best. It was the best conference money I've ever spent, hands down.
And you were networking as well, because I noticed a photograph with yourself, Kim, Aaron, a chap called Jason Franco.
And the only one missing was you, Stephen Healey.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, Aaron and Kim and I had been planning on going to the conference. We'd spoken to Jason about it, but he had just gotten off his other conference that did not appear to be something he enjoyed. And yeah, we had talked to him about it, and he surprised us by flying in.
Wow.
We were sitting there on the first day. I had just gone live with Ladies Go Live. We were sitting in the hallway, chowing down on lunch, and Kim starts getting these pictures from Jason out a plane window. And then he started taking pictures of the hotel. Was like this huge expanse. It wasn't a hotel, it was a compound. Okay. It was just huge. And so he started sending her pictures of like the hallway and the waterfalls and, whatever. And she was like, "Are you here?" And then he's like, "Yup." And then we sent him directions to find us. And there he was. Like, it is so cool to meet your live stream friends. I know we're not talking about bots right now. We will get to it, I promise. But it is so cool to meet your live stream friends in person and find out they are exactly that person, except you can hug them. And hug them I did. I think I hugged Jason Franco 17 times. And others in my group as well. There was so many hugs. Aaron picked us up at the airport. There was a lot of screaming when Aaron picked us up. A lot of joy, screaming type things when Aaron picked us up at the airport. We looked very foolish, but I didn't care. And like Aaron and Kim, I was not only speaking at the event, I was also tabling. So Aaron and Kim went into the pantry of this place that Aaron was staying, and they gathered little cans and little boxes and all of these things so we could put them on my table, cover it with the tablecloth, and have things happening at different heights. And they Kim designed all the little cards. I could never have done it without him. And it was a raging success. So, Kim Boltzma is here. Now we're having a party. Hello, Kim Boltzma. And I couldn't have done it. During the speech, during the talk, I had everybody go to a certain URL that my bot was connected to so that they could see what a bot was like. Well, what happens when you're at a hotel and a conference and everybody accesses the Wi-Fi at the same time? I can't hear you, Stephen, but I think that what you said was crash.
I did say crash, yes.
Oh, you did say crash. Okay, good. I couldn't hear you there for a second. It was weird. Yeah, it crashed. And I hadn't planned for that. Like I had rehearsed this talk, babies.
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten that Wi-Fi often crashes. So the Wi-Fi crashed, and there were a bunch of people in the front row going, "It's not working." And I panicked. But do you know what I did? I called on my lifeline, Kim Boltzma. I said, I need help. And she's out there telling people it's okay. It's just the Wi-Fi, calming people down and saying, hey, go meet her at her table later. She'll fix it, you can't, that is the kind of stuff that cannot be, is so valuable that it cannot be purchased.
Indeed.
Yeah. So meet your live stream friends in real life at a conference, people. You can write it off, okay, on your taxes. And it's a wonderful opportunity to spend actual FaceTime with people that you love and that you want to be with. Oh, I broke the internet. I did. I broke the internet that day. It was fantastic. So that's enough babbling about the conference, probably, but check it out. Let's Talk Impact. James, yeah, your very large bill is in the mail, as it should be. Come with me to the next one, you guys. Meet me there. Let's Talk Impact. It'll give your live stream a focus. It'll teach you how to really say things with impact, and it's amazing stuff. And we can hug. Offer you a hug.
Bonuses. Brilliant.
Bonuses. Stephen Healey, my dream is to get you there. It's my dream.
Well, if you don't dream, it can't come true. So I'll join you in the dream. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Right. But it's a joy to see the photograph of the four of you together having fun. It was just, to actually that you all met up in the same place, and Jason surprised you. And that's the magic. And we say hello to MD. Hi, thanks for joining us. This is the live video hub and messenger bots with RJ Redden and Stephen Healey, and now we'll continue talking about bots. Now, one thing I do want to do is, I keep forgetting to do this, so I've made this a menu option. If you're not watching us on the live video hub page and you want us to see the comments that you're typing, I can see Claire's comment, then you need to click the link up above. Up above is a link. Click it and you can comment live, and we'll see your comments. Like we can see the comments from Alfredo. He's typed guest, good. And the guest bot is working. And are you sure that's the dreams, RJ?
Oh yeah. That's well, and it will come to fruition if possible, Claire. It absolutely will. It was great. I mean, I was wondering, if I was going to get as much out of it as the regular folks, because I don't speak in public that often, which is going to be changing very quickly, by the way. But I'm always talking on my live stream, so I'm like, well, how much of this is geared toward live stream? You know what? There was so much there that any one of us can take into any speaking engagement, public, online, whatever it is. I got so much out of that thing. It was really amazing. So I'm going to stop ranting about that.
Never stop ranting about meeting people who you've only ever known online in real life, because that's something that I can say. I'm fortunate to have met Claire on several occasions, and we've known each other for about 12 years. And I've got a signed copy of Claire's book, Time Management for Dummies, on my bookshelf at this very moment. So there you are. The power of networking and actually meeting people live cannot be understated, nor should it be left hidden. You should actually bring it out, dust it off, and tell people about it, because networking is the best. Jason
did Franco for everyone. Franco squared, for those of you who don't know him. he made a video. He shot some video of us talking about the conference and, you know, the time we had and meeting up together in real life and how that was. And it's going to be very exciting to see. And yeah, man, I'll never forget when he appeared in the lobby. Oh, absolutely. You're right about that, Claire. It's like, oh man, everything I love, but in 3D, you know, like right in front of me, huggable terrain. So I'll never forget the moment that, that Franco appeared in the lobby. I don't run very often, but I ran to meet Franco and probably almost knocked him over, but you know, we won't talk about that. But yeah, I mean, it was a hug, long time coming. That's what it was.
Magical. Right. Okay. Now, I was watching your show last night, and you said that on our show today, you'll be talking about these people. Mm-hmm. So over to you. And if you could explain what they're up to again.
Well, the Facebook, Zucky and company, babies. So there are going to be some changes coming in Messenger bots. Now, I will set your panic on low. Hey, Alfredo, what's going on?
Hey, hello. So, were you saying, RJ, about the changes in Facebook?
Changes in Facebook Messenger. There has been something in existence for a long time called the 24+1. And what that means is that when you have an open conversation with someone, meaning they've interacted with your bot in the last 24 hours, you can send them any type of message you want. Promotional, you can send those. You can basically send any type of message you want within 24 hours. Once that 24-hour window has closed, then you're sending them messages that they have subscribed to get. So this is an anti-spam measure, is what it is. If Facebook Messenger does not want you to be selling shoes, give them the shoes every day at 9 a.m. and eventually they'll buy it. No, they don't want this kind of crap. They want you to be able to have a good conversation in the 24-hour window. You can send people an extra message after that they haven't subscribed to, but it needs to be of a certain caliber. It can't be buy my shoes. And so that has always been the rule. On December 31st, what is going to happen is the platforms themselves have agreed to this rule. And like the platform that I use is Manychat. So Manychat has been saying, okay, we won't let any messages go out after 24 hours unless, you know, it's a subscription message or whatever. So they've been manning the helm on this. What's changing is Facebook by December 31st wants all of us to go under a little review. And they want us to take the responsibility of, I'm not going to send out any messages past 24 hours that are promotional and salesy, basically. So that's the change that's coming up. It's confusing a lot of people. And so I wanted to bring it up as a topic today so that we could chat about it and maybe help people with their confusion. So I've gotten a lot of messages about it.
I'm not surprised because it is, at first glance, it's something extra to do and jumping through.
The question I had for RJ, sorry.
Okay,
does a person have to engage in your messenger bot, or can the messenger bot actually automatically engage with other people?
The messenger bot does both. So can you be more specific? Can you give me an example?
So if I wanted to send a message to your page, does the person, do I have to initiate a conversation first in order for the messenger bot to respond to me?
That is correct. So you have to do the original opt-in. A lot of people ask me this. People want to know if the 6,000 people that they have liking their Facebook page are automatically subscribed to their bot. No, people have to absolutely opt in. In some cases, like with the Facebook comment tool that Stephen has connected to this post today, where you can type in guest and get in a spot and join us, those things require 2 opt-ins. Also, Facebook ads, if you run Facebook ads to a bot, that requires 2 opt-ins as well. So most of the time you only have to opt in once. With certain things, you have to opt in twice to make absolutely sure that you know what's going on, that it's a bot that you're interacting with. It's not a person. So they've done this because, this came out and people were like, "Ooh, I can spam people a lot." And Facebook was like, "No." Does that answer your question, Alfredo?
Yeah, it does. Because I there was a question that asked about that in one of the groups that I was in. They wanted to have the page automatically interact with people, and I'm going, no, that's not the case. They have to first initiate the interaction with the page.
There is one exception, Alfredo, and this is not necessarily. This is an automatic behavior, but it's not like a Manychat bot behavior. You can have it so that when people land on your page, Messenger box opens up. Boop.
Yep.
That's a setting that you've set on your Facebook page individually, but people land on your page and boop. The box opens up and it has a message there like, "Hey, great to see you, type below if you want to interact," or something like that. That is like a passive that's a passive thing that you set within Facebook that will just handle it. That is not a Manychat behavior, though. That's like Facebook is busy creating their own. Facebook's always busy, right? They're busy creating their own things that are very. They're not as full featured as Manychat, but they are creating their own type of stuff that will pop up on people's pages. Like if you've seen it. You pop up on a business or something and the business hours will pop up or something like that. That's all within Facebook, managed within Facebook. That is not Manychat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus contact has got to be by a civilian.
Thank you for having me on the show, Steve. I'm going to drop out now.
Okay, Alfredo, nice to see you. Take care. Bye. Right. Alfredo gave us a guided tour of San Pedro last week.
Oh, nice. I missed that.
Yeah, you did. You can't be everywhere. Right, and just going back just to our earlier piece, Claire sends virtual hugs to all her clients when they need them. So there you are. Hugs are good. Yeah. We've decided. Right, okay. I just want to go backtrack a minute because you said that Manychat are working with Facebook, which is good because they want to sort out most of the things. But Facebook then want to talk about Manychat to Manychat users. Now, have you any idea what the protocol is, what they're actually looking for from each person who's running a bot?
Oh, so yes, absolutely. So I applied. So you can within if you go to the settings of your page, if you visit there. I visit there annually and go to the settings of your page and you're able to submit to what they call giving people subscription messages. Now, if you're not familiar with what a subscription message is, what it is when, like for me and for many people watching and for Stephen, we all send out, if you subscribe to it, we'll send you out a reminder that our shows are coming up. I do it for Black Belt Bots. Stephen does it for Live Video Hub and Be Live in 5. Erin Strader does it for her show. We send people a little message that gives them a reminder that the show's coming up in a few minutes. It gives them also a reason to be there, and then it gives them a link. Mm-hmm. That is called a subscription message. People have opted in. They've said, yes, I want your reminders of your live shows. And I am able to send as many subscription messages as as I would like to for the people that have opted in for that particular line. So let's talk about this for a minute. Let's go 30,000 feet for the folks who don't know. When you subscribe to a bot, that is, you're getting in at the first level there. Good bots will then direct you toward the different things that they have on offer. Okay. If you for instance, you get into live video hub bot, then you're asked if, I know, and my bot does this as well, black belt bots. Part of the welcome sequence is, hey, would you like to subscribe to my live streams? If you say yes, then you and everybody else who has said they want those messages, you're the people getting messages about my live streams. Not everybody in the bot. So there's the primary opt-in, which is basically you've showed up for the party. And then there's the secondary opt-in, which is there's something going on in this room and you want to be a part of that specially. So when we're talking about opt-ins, know that there's a couple of kinds there, and know that Messenger is the opposite of all of the marketing methods out there that I know of. It's the opposite in that traditional marketing stuff is it's general, it's geared at everybody. It's a person standing on a street corner with a bullhorn shouting into it and hoping that some people come back. Mm-hmm. Messenger is completely different and it's designed differently. And that's why I think sometimes the concepts are a little bit, kind of out there for people. It's designed so that I'm only sending you exactly what is going to be valuable for you. And you get to pick on the buffet what is exactly going to be valuable to you. So that's why there's more than one opt-in to a certain thing. That's why you could be in my bot and never, ever get a notification that I'm going live, because people opt in secondarily. And then those are the people that I can send subscription messages to. So if you go to your settings, if you go to Messenger platform, I think that the specific one is called, if you scroll down the page, you'll be able to apply. And what they want you to do is send them a couple of examples of the types of subscription messages you send. And then somebody reviews it and they get back to you and you get a green check mark and you're good to go. You've got to do this by December 31st. Mm-hmm. I'm certainly going through this process with my clients now and guiding them through this. And yeah, that's what's happening with the 24+1. If you hear that, know that basically all the 24+1 means is within that 24 hours, within having a conversation with those people, you can send them any message you want. After that, you can send them one more message to try to get them to interact. But outside of that, it's subscription messages where people say, yes, I absolutely want to be reminded every time you put a podcast out. Yes, I want to be reminded every time your video hits YouTube. Yes, I want to be reminded every time you're going to go live. Those are in the subscriptions. Those are things that people say, yep, I absolutely want that. Does that make sense, Stephen?
It does make sense, yes. And we've not to panic, because we've got until December 31st to get everything sorted out. And we just submit everything at once and sit and wait.
Yeah. And if you get rejected for some reason, you can tweak it and apply again. I will tell you this. I got accepted. There's an article that I read that this guy had sent in, as a part of his review, that he had sent in a link. And every time he sent in a link, it got rejected. Okay, just ignore it. I send my reminder bots that I send out that contain a reminder, a reason to be there, and a link. All of that is absolutely legal. You've just got to be very specific that, people have already opted into this. This is not a surprise link out of nowhere to go buy shoes. No offense to shoe sellers.
None at all. None taken. If I sold shoes, which I don't. Alfredo's got a question. What about Facebook notifications? Do they work with bots?
They do not. So the notifications, if you see a live stream of mine, and usually on live stream notifications, it'll give you a little picture, right? Mine is Spinning Dragon, my chatbot. And then there's a little box that says Get Reminder. Those work with your notifications. Those don't have anything to do with the bot. So basically, if you hit Get Reminder on somebody's live stream shows, you'll get a Facebook notification when they go live that time. Yeah. I'm not sure if, and you can turn on another special thing within the live stream to get reminders every time they go live. If you just look at somebody's live stream, you'll see where that is. It's in the upper right-hand corner. But that hit Get Reminder box, that works with Facebook notifications, and that'll give you a one-time reminder. Manychat does not work with Facebook notifications at all. It's a separate system, and what it does is it will give you a message in Messenger that will give people, hey, I'm going on in a few minutes. You want to join me? I hope that was helpful.
Yes. Alfredo's nodding and saying yes. So yes,
very good. Very good.
Now, I want to, in one of our first couple of shows, because we've been doing this for some time now, we spoke about the topic of landing pages, because we both use, you see where I'm coming from in a minute, we both use Manychat, and Manychat allows you to create landing pages. Now, by tradition, landing pages are horrendously expensive. You can pay $50 a month for a landing page, or the rights to have a landing page. Whereas with Manychat, it's actually included in the $10, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is nice too, because if you are a person who is, now this is Facebook ad speak. If you're not familiar with Facebook ads, please look at the ceiling and hum for the next 5 seconds. But it allows you to embed a Facebook pixel, which tracks where people are coming from on Facebook to your landing page. So if Facebook ads are something you are doing now or interested in doing, on the Manychat landing page, you can totally embed a pixel. So, okay, Facebook ad speak over. Boop, we're back to bots. And so, yeah, Manychat landing pages are nice. What I usually do with clients, if they have the ability to edit their own website, is I will make the landing page. I'll make it a widget though. Karen Glasser is here. Hello, darling. We're talking as soon as the show's end. She and I get to chat. But what I will do is I will go it one further, because I don't want to send traffic to a place that is not my website. I'm selfish like that. So what I do is I make what's called a box widget, and I embed that on a page in my website, and I'll use that as a landing page. That may have been some geek speak for some of you, so let me know if you have questions about what I just said. But yeah, landing pages are very nice, because what they do is, and I used to think landing pages, why wouldn't you just create a page on your website and send people there? What I can do on a
I said indeed.
Indeed. So why would you create a landing page? Well, a landing page is all about focus. It's all about, people don't need to see the menu on your website. People don't need to see the footer on your website. People don't need to see all of these things that could distract them into other places, and they'll never ever come back to the main reason they came to your website. So a landing page is something that is super focused around exactly what's happening right now. I can make those on my own website because I'm a tech geek. Manychat makes them for you if you would like to use one as the entrance to your bot. And then Stephen has talked about the many programs out there like Lander, and there's a bunch of them out there that will allow you the privilege of making a landing page for some money.
Indeed, but this is included in the $10, and what you're actually getting is the ability to combine graphics with text and a little button that goes straight to Messenger, and that's where we want people to go to Messenger. That's what we're trying to drive people to do, to either messages on Facebook or messages on the landing page. Landing page is single purpose. Yeah, you don't want to baffle people. You don't want to give them too much. It's, as RJ said, it's focused and it's one topic, and they read about the topic and you attract them to actually push the button.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other reason for having landing pages is that I noticed today, and we just spoke about it a few moments ago, and the timing is good. Curio Bot, and that's I'm pronouncing it like that. Curio Bot. You think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's a fair pronunciation.
Right. Okay, because it's new, because we've never heard of it before today. And Claire's saying thank you for the explanation. So there you are. Excellent. Curio Bot is, for those of you who love AppSumo, Curio Bot is on AppSumo at the moment for the princely sum of $49 for a year's usage. Let's say hello to Chuck. Hello, Chuck. We're just talking about something new, and we're not, RJ and I never sell, you know that. We're here to tell you new things and to keep you up to date with what's going on. Curio Bot is on AppSumo at the moment, and it's nothing to do with Facebook. It's nothing to do with Messenger. It's not in competition with Manychat, but it could help your WordPress website. Now, as to what it actually does, I'm going to take a look over the next week or so. And RJ, are you going to have a look around?
I'm going to have a look around too. I think that our next show should be talking about what this is, what it does, how it can hook into what you're already doing. I think this could be a great topic for our next show. What it looks like right now is that so there is an ability already to create a little bot on your website. If you haven't done this, think about doing this. There's a way to do this, and it actually adds to the value of your website, because now it's not just this place with a lot of information out there on the internet about you. It's a place where people can interact and ask questions. That's huge. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever gotten anything of value through the contact form on my website. I've had it there for 10 years. No one goes there. These little messenger bots, they live right on your website, and they are on every page of it. If you want to see an example, I've got one at blackbeltbots.com. You can start a conversation with me right there. That is great and ease of use. But how this appears to be different is this bot, and this is a surface look because we talked about this 2 minutes before we got on the air. This is what Stephen and I do. Hey, you want to talk about this today? Yes. And then we hit the gas. So this looks like it doesn't communicate through Messenger. It sits right on your website. It can be linked to a Manychat bot. This is interesting, but I'm kind of wondering if they might have gotten in here a little late. Because the tough thing is that people are used to these customer service bots that live in the bottom right-hand corner of your website. They're pretty used to hitting them and kind of getting some interaction. This looks like it provides a pretty rich interaction with that. But I think the tough thing is that, like, people trust that messenger icon more.
Oh, yeah, this is true. That's a good point. I took a a quick look, and it can do some nice little things. It could allow people to actually make a booking with you whilst they're on your website, just by, well, it's got templates. So you take the template, link it to your own Calendly or whichever system you use, and there you are. You could take bookings right on your website. So we need to investigate it, because it's not Manychat, it's not Messenger, it is WordPress, and we know that 70% of the websites in the world are powered by WordPress.
I don't have one. I don't have a WordPress.
That's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't want WordPress. But yeah, a lot of people are on that. So does it only work with WordPress then?
I don't know. No, it works, as it said, it works with any landing page, so
okay,
it would
that's
integrate
good.
anyway. I presume though they've got some specific WordPress widgets.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to take a look at that, and we'll report back next week whether it's worth investigation. But we do love Manychat, and 99% of what we talk about is Manychat related.
I think at first glance, this is nice because one of the downfalls, I think, of Manychat Facebook Messenger system that I use is that I want to see it grow. I want to see it move to other platforms and do more things. I want people to get a hold of my bot anywhere they go to see me in the universe. I don't want it to be limited, because as always, if Facebook decides tomorrow that Facebook Messenger is just done, and they won't, but when they make a major decision, that affects my business and my customers in a major way. And if we were able to spread to different platforms and manage that through other platforms as well, I think that would be a big boon for my customers and me, because now your eggs aren't all in one basket. So yeah, this is very interesting. I would love to know more. So we're going to investigate. Stephen and I are going to investigate.
And we'll report back at 12 p.m. Eastern next Wednesday.
Yes.
Join us for the next exciting installment of Curio Bot.
Exactly. It sounds like...
I just love the name. I mean, whoever sat down and thought that one up. Q for question, bot, curious, Curio Bot. Oh, just priceless. Priceless.
So many beautiful things happening in that branding.
Kudos to the marketing team. Right, okay. And if you are watching, I'm going to paste this in as well, because I'm going to say, if you're watching us now, although having said that, that won't work. I was going to say go here to comment live, but if you can see that, you forget it. Okay. We all have one blank moment in every broadcast. That was mine. Right. Okay, let's go on. And I mean, the key to all this bot messenger automation is that it's all for one purpose. Is it not, RJ?
It is. I talked about that this weekend at the conference, that it really, this is what it's driving toward: a conversation, getting clarification one-on-one with people. And I happened to sign a couple of clients over the weekend who can't do the one-on-one themselves because their businesses are, pretty big. But they have folks that can take over these conversations and build relationships with people. It's not about how many people I can get. It's about starting that conversation, having a conversation that is good and focused and engages people and answers questions. Always want to do this, please. But getting people to a state where they want to continue to engage with you. This 24+1, which is the rule, the basic, it's a messenger rule that I was talking about in the beginning. That's what it's all designed around. It's all designed around having a good conversation with people and, you know, whatever they decide to do with that afterwards, that is cool stuff. But not, you know, not being able to say, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, do you want this now? Hey, you know, that's a one-sided conversation nobody wants to be a part of.
I'm going to tell you a true story. I saw an advert by somebody we know marketing a certain bot, which I'm not going to mention. And
you'll tell me later, won't you?
I thought, right, okay, if you want to know how a bot works, just go to their Facebook page and get started into Messenger, and their bot will greet you. Well, I got a reply instantly, so I'm impressed by the speed of it. And I was reading a reply when I got a second message, and I was reading the second message when I got a third message. I was reading the sixth message when I thought, what's all this about? Apparently, some bots can do a drip campaign. Now, can you explain what that is, first of all, and whether you think it's a good or a bad thing?
So let me clarify. A drip campaign, what's your vision of what that means?
Well, I know that it means that I get 6 messages, one after another, all of which have a menu option, click me underneath, and they come at a rate of knots. Before you've read the second one, there's a third. Before you've read the third, there's a fourth. And at the end of it, you're told, you have just been part of our drip campaign. What do you think? And I had a phrase in mind, which I'm not going to repeat here, but I just want to know your thoughts on it.
Wow. Ooh, there's some bad bottage out there, people. Know this. I think that so when you say to me drip campaign, I think, oh, is that like the 7-day free mini course that I have? You know, because you know, in the past, drip campaign, I think that, you know, most people are familiar with that through email, which is somebody signs up with you or gets your free white paper or your PDF or whatever. And then they get on your email list and you send them one email today and you send them another one in 2 days and you send them another one in 5 days. That is typically a drip campaign that you absolutely can port over to Manychat, keeping in mind when you change the platform like that, you also need to change the messaging a bit. It's not an apples to apples port, or, you know, just transferring it over. People hate that. So, you know, you got to rewrite the messages for the platform that you're on. But like the 7-day free mini course, that's a drip campaign. What you're talking about is a spam campaign.
Well, I said something a bit stronger than that, and I say I'm not going to repeat it. I thought, well, no, people, this is about conversations. You don't send me 6 messages because I'm buried in messages. Then I can't. Yeah, what happens if I reply? I didn't reply. I get another 6 messages.
Yeah, I'd reply with a stop.
Oh yeah. Claire's saying sounds like information overload and very spammy. That's an approximation of exactly how I felt, and I will tell you what it was afterwards, RJ. But it certainly wasn't our bot of the week.
Oh,
Curio Bot, nothing to do with it at all. But there was the good bots and bad bots, and when we find a bad bot, we do try and describe it so that if you see it, you will recognize it, but we won't name names.
Well,
right.
And the tough thing is that a lot, you know, I talked to a lot of people this weekend even that were, you know, talking to me about bot experience that they'd had, which just were terrible. And if that's your first exposure to a bot, that it's what it does is, and people, I don't think they realize how this comes off. They never test it as a person reading it.
That's
They're
the key.
always focusing on what I'm putting out. Is this, you know, right or whatever? Is this going to get to my goal? But they never step back and go, what if I didn't know these people and I happened upon this? They never do it. Always do this when building bots, people. Anyway, so it sounds like what they tried to do, they've supercharged the automation part.
Yeah.
And they don't care about the conversation part. That's what.
Not at all. I mean, we both use drip campaigns in the courses that we run. I've got a course which is 5-day mini course, and it's one message a day, and it contains a video saying it's all about, are you going live for the first time and how you should prepare. And you've got several courses similar, but it's one a day. It's not one a minute. And yeah, okay. Now, earlier on, we actually mentioned WordPress, and you sort of spoke about Manychat bot on WordPress, but can we just highlight it for a moment? The chat box.
On WordPress specifically, or on websites?
I'm sorry, I won't mention the word WordPress ever again. I will say on your website. Sorry, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, a lot of small business owners have WordPress. I used to build and service WordPress.
All right.
Many years ago. I've since switched off.
You've grown out of it.
I did. Whew. But yeah, I mean, having whatever website you own, having that messenger, people have developed a trust with that icon. It's psychological. It's not even something that they think about. So that's why I like my messenger button, but I'm very, very curious about this Curio Bot to see what kinds of things that it may do that maybe, Manychat will not. And, where do these conversations live? Is this something that I can go and take over? How is it done? I'm very curious about it.
Indeed. I thought it piqued your interest. Job done. Okay. Now we've done Facebook, and the phrase you came up with is, and I misspelled, is don't panic about the Facebook changes. You've got until the 31st of December, and RJ is leading the way with her clients and herself, so we'll know exactly how it pans out and what not to do and what to do. And it's all aimed at getting better bots, so we can't argue with that. The motivation from Facebook is good.
Yeah.
And they've not switched anything off, thank goodness.
Oh no.
And RJ said that the JNM Powers conference this weekend was how would you sum it up?
How would I sum it up? I would say that, we're small business owners. We have a show, we have a book, we have, something that we're promoting to get people into our products and services. And most of the time, especially live streamers, what we're doing to grab people and to get their attention and to engage them, we're speaking. We're talking about it somewhere. We're talking about, I talk about bots 4 days a week. Oh yeah. Erin Strayer was there. She knows. Erin Strayer was like one of the key people at the conference, by the way. If you didn't know that woman has many powers. Anyway, what I learned was this is what's working in your message. This is what's not working in your message. It's so helpful to be able to go somewhere and just lay it all out and go, you're experienced at this. What do you think? And have some objective eyeballs on what you're doing. Right. I got so much information from doing that. I know I'm an effective speaker. I know that, but I could always improve. And there is, it wasn't like, oh, your message is bad or whatever. It wasn't like that. And it wasn't like being talked down to. It was one of those conferences where it's hands-on. You all know those conferences where like you sit in the audience and get talked to for a long time. Rock the stage, stole the crowd. Thank you, Aaron. Your check is in the mail as well. But we all have been to those conferences where you sit there and listen to people endlessly. This was entirely different. This was hands-on. This was, let's develop this right now. You've got 30 minutes. This was, Let's dig into, why this is happening over here. Let's help. We talked about everything from the way you introduce yourself to where you need to focus when you're on stage, to nonverbal body cues we learned, about hand motions we learned, about all of these things, which can totally be transferred, into a live stream as well. Paying attention to my own body language and, what I'm saying right now, all of that stuff is very important. It's very subtle. It's very psychological, but it's very important. The hands-on aspect of this conference totally set it apart from all the others. It did. I'm never going to go back to lecture. This is a really long webinar format. I'm never going back. It doesn't matter who else is at the conference that I could possibly meet. Here's how I met people at this conference. It wasn't stalking them, trying to get their attention, maybe busted in at some moment with some sort of a fumbled introduction. It was directed from the stage. It was, okay, now I need you to do this thing, and I need you to go find somebody you haven't talked to yet, and I need you to do this exercise with them. Like, how simple is that, right? How simple is that? But that format, that meant that introductions to people, interesting people who have, focus and a mission and awesomeness, I got to meet them and get to know them in a way that never happens at a conference. So I can't speak about that conference highly enough. I can't. From the way that it was directed, to the stuff that I learned, to the people that I met, to the people that I met in real life that I already know, I cannot say enough about that conference. So anyway, I'll stop now.
I said earlier, never stop. Never, ever stop. Right. Well, I started with an agenda. We've actually covered everything on the agenda this week, which is absolutely brilliant. And we've got sort of a few minutes to go. If anybody's got any questions. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Please ask. RJ, your show tomorrow is about at when?
So show tomorrow on Black Belt Bots, I am going to be introducing the world to someone that I have had to increase my team lately. There's a lot going on in the bot cave. Okay. There's a lot going on, and I have increased my team. Tomorrow, on tomorrow's show, we're going to meet her. My new person. And I'm so proud to be adding her to my team. She's been working on some stuff for me, and I can't wait to introduce her to the family. So that is going to be my show tomorrow. On Friday, and that's at 1 p.m. Central. Friday, 11 a.m. Central, Nerdy Girls. Kim Boltzmann and I are going to geek out over some kind of technology. Don't know what it is yet. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come watch the Nerdy Girls together, because when we get on together, we have a wonderful time. And we talk about technology that small business owners often use, and we review it, and then we get distracted and talk about other things. So it's a great show. Nerdy Girls Geek Out, 11 a.m. Central. Yeah. Oh, I already love her, Aaron. Aaron recommended this person to me, and it's been amazing so far. So.
Wonderful. Got a question from Alfredo. And Alfredo says, which industries work best with messenger bots?
I think that's a great question. Yeah, I think you probably know the answer too. But my answer, and we'll ask Stephen if he concurs in a moment. But my answer to that is it's not industry specific. It depends on the bots that work the very best. They are in all kinds of industries, nonprofit, education, coaching, live streaming. I mean, it just, the industries I'm not going to say, because I've seen good bots and bad bots in so many industries. I think that what makes it good or not is not a particular industry. I think that what makes it good is your willingness to make a connection, a real one, and have a conversation that is different than all of the marketing conversations you've had in the past. I think that the willingness to embrace a new platforms with new opportunities that it provides, instead of just taking an email train and porting it over and hoping that that will work. I think that embracing new opportunities to create real connections with people, if you've got that, I don't care what industry you're in. It probably wouldn't work well with folks who are communicating in official channels like government. You know what I mean? It's not going to work well in some place that doesn't allow you to use Messenger, or top secret things are flying around all the time. It's probably not going to work for something like that. I wouldn't recommend it there. If anybody came to me with that, I'd say, what else you got? What else can we do? Because that doesn't sound Messenger friendly. But it doesn't. Otherwise, other than that, other than top secret clearance, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You can make a bot work.
And
that's my answer. What's your answer, though?
Well, I'm going to use Aaron's answer, which is all of them, Alfredo, and add on your rider, which is with the odd exception. Because whenever you can start a conversation with someone, a bot can help you. We live in a global village where things are going on 24/7. What you don't want is to disappoint somebody in Australia because they've got to wait until you get up before they get a reply. With a bot, you can start the conversation and get things underway with anybody, anywhere in the world, and it simply works. That's a good note to finish on. Oh, and the reminder of the week to everybody is please build good bots, because it's easier than building a bad bot, infinitely more rewarding on a personal level, and definitely more effective on, if I'm going to say the word now, on a marketing level. Right, and Aaron is just saying government could onboard new people with a bot, just saying. So there you are. Conversation. Yep, conversation is key. Well, we've had some fantastic conversations today, and we've met new bots, the Curio Bot, which we're going to look at. And RJ, it's over to you to give your thoughts as we move on to your show tomorrow and on Friday. And message from Catherine, RJ, you could do an affiliate program. There you are. RJ, over to you.
Yes. Yes. So
can I just say, in RJ's defense, her reaction, she's had the most awesome week since the conference, and things are going superbly well. And yes, it is. RJ.
Here is what I have thought about, and it is very basic, but it is exactly along the lines. Look at that face. I know, right? It's exactly along the lines of what you're talking about. It's not as, some of the programs out there are very, very, well, they're expensive, but then they're also very, very, there's a lot of moving parts. The affiliate program that I've thought about, I'm just going to run it by you now, because guess what it's contained within? A bot. Yes. You have answered the question completely. I could read your mind there. Yeah. So here's what I have thought about. I've thought about creating a landing page for every single person who wants one, who wants to refer people to me. I create a landing page with an entrance to the bot, because you can create many, many ways into your bot, as we've discussed. And whoever enters through Aaron Strayer's link and then buys services from me, because I don't know what services people are going to buy. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether they're going to buy a class. I don't know whether they're going to get on a retainer situation with me. I have no idea. So then anybody who enters the bot and starts to pay me then I see, oh, okay, that person entered through Aaron Strayer. Aaron Strayer needs cash or marked off on her, discount on next services. So that's what I've thought of. Have I had time to put this into place? I'm going to say no. But I do have a brand new person helping me out. So I may be able to do that. Just let me know. If you want an affiliate link for RJ, for Black Belt Bots, please do let me know. You can let me know here. You can let me know on my page. You can private message me. Doesn't matter where. I will work that up for you, and we will start doing that deal. Oh, and
Awesome.
then we're supposed to end the show as well. So
there's no rush. There's no rush.
So hey, if you want an affiliate link for the RJ, do ping me and let me know about that. And well, then, Catherine, it shall be yours. And that will be great. And to end the show today, we've talked about so much. But really, the heart of what we're talking about, and what the heart of what we're talking about every time, is this. We want you to build good bots. We want you to build bots that are not ever going to treat people like they're a number, like they're a possible transaction. Okay? People aren't transactions. People are people. And the more of them that you get to know with good conversations and good connections in your bot, and following all the rules that Facebook puts ahead, because believe it or not, they're there for a reason, the more your business will grow. Might be through transactions, maybe, but could also be through amazing collaborations with people, which I have going on right this moment. Might also be through amazing referral systems. Might be through a joint venture. Who knows? But conversations within the chatbot will help you recognize those people, identify them, and start growing your business. So anyway, that's what I have to say today. I love Stephen Healey. I couldn't love him more. Thank you for having me on, and we'll be on next week.
We will. Thank you to everybody. Take care, and we will see you both same time. Hello, Pauline. Thank you. That's an awesome note to finish the show on today. And Catherine's saying, this episode today needs a replay, even though I was live. Well, thank you for that. We've done our job well. Lots of great info and ideas there. Best of luck with your new endeavors. So that's brilliant. We love you all. We'll be back. Take care.